All right. Here we go. I'm ready for it. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready for either some interesting stuff here in a few minutes, or, I'm ready for a few hours of frustration banging against a golem before I go ahead and play some Vampire Survivors or reinstall Satisfactory or something. Hey, Caddy, you're on Revenant. It's a mighty splendid looking Revenant you got there. What is that outfit you're wearing? That's interesting. Althoris, good morning. Welcome to the stream. So let's get some death threats going. Some threats to get people fired, maybe. I don't know. I'm in. Guild Wars community. Never change. Caddy is not answering me about her outfit here. I'm a little hurt. That is the ironclad outfit. That's interesting. Looking pretty hardcore. Caddy, the hardest of all the core. Oh, let's see. And I just realized I've still got this screen up and you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. So here we go. Yeah, here is Caddy in the ironclad outfit. I believe that's what it is. Yeah, looking pretty stylish, I think, except for, what is that, like the standard sword skin? That's crazy talk. Ooh. Oh, yeah, now you pull out Shining Blade for the flex, and oh, look at me, I have a legendary trinket. Okay, well, Caddy knows what time it is. Catching up with the chat here, and let me put up this other window so I can actually read it, because that's just how I roll today. Patches blow through like storms. People freak out. The weather hits. There is distress. We survive. Smart players make up some good builds, and we realize we're still having fun. I think there's some of that. I do have my reservations about this specific patch, and a lot of it's going to come down to the testing that I'll be doing on stream here for the next little bit. There's a lot of this patch is going to be riding on, can I perma Alacrity on my Herald? Is it possible to perma Alacrity on my Herald? Can I do it in Diviner's gear like I'm running here? That's going to be a really big question for me. Because if I can't reasonably, perma quickness in my Diviner's gear, it's not going to be much of a bump, is it? What the hell is with these boots? These aren't Diviner's boots at all. Oh, look, and there's the notice. The new update is available. All right. I am going to restart my game here. This is pretty cool. Let's go back to our waiting screen here for a moment. Althoris, good luck, man. I couldn't wait to see what you came up with. I banged my head against a wall for a few days trying to make it work. Caddy of the Royal Tyrian Navy Officers Corps, no doubt. I don't know what's going to come up here. I have 3 really big questions today that I'm going to address on screen. Number 1 is going to be about Quickness Herald. Number 2 is going to be about Alacrity Tempest. I am hoping to come up with a decent Alacrity build, and just in case you're wondering, I am just waiting for the build to install here. It's coming in pretty quick, though. So we will be testing those reasonably. The question is, can I perma those 2 boons on those 2 specs without, 100% boon duration? Can I do it in Celestial gear is going to be the big question. Or can I do it in Diviners? Or I'm going to be testing Diviners. I'm going to be testing some Ritualist stuff, I believe, on Tempest. I may just try Celestial Tempest and get a good idea of where it's going. And then the question after that is going to be about the new Thief changes and whether they make Spectre actually fun, because boy, I don't find Spectre fun. And I've been over this. I won't belabor the point, so to speak. Oh, good. I believe Arc DPS is busted. Oh, well. Won't worry about that too much. And then I am... well, I mean, the first thing I'm going to do is check the Blackline statue at Vendor. I'm not even going to front. Catching up with chat here. Caddy is having fashion issues. I expect I'm going to be playing Ham-Fisted Mechanist for a while. What is the HAM Mechanist running? Is that in... oh, wow. Guys, I actually have to completely uninstall Arc here. This is going to take a moment. Wow. Okay, Arc is causing big trouble in Little China. Give me a moment here while I remove that. I should have thought about that before. Hey, yeah, this is what you get for not being a full-time stream guy. But so those are going to be big questions here. Really is about those. I'll probably take a look at the Druid stuff. The Druid stuff is fairly interesting. I think those are the big questions I have for today. I'm not sure I have any huge questions beyond that. Let's see, what is this? D3, D11.dll? Is that what I need to pull out? I believe that's it. Let's start Guild Wars 2 and find out, shall we? The game is updated. We are launching. So yeah, is Heal Alacrity Mech, is that running in Minstrel's gear? Is that what people are running on it? I have no idea. No idea what that is. Problem solved. Okay, there we go. So, those of you who may be new to the stream, new to the channel, just want to welcome you all to our morning here. My goal here is just to play around with the new changes today. And if I get really upset and rage quit, I'll probably just key farm and go play City of Heroes or something. I don't know. I'm a little worried about this patch. Back to Caddy and her fashion issues. Wow, that patch downloaded. Yeah, it was a pretty quick patch. Pretty quick patch. All right. Let us go and look at the final patch notes, shall we? I believe this is probably a good idea at this point. Let's, find ourselves something to get super salty about. I will find the new patch notes, and we will put them up on stream. Take a look at them here. Let's just find this without pulling up my my forum account and let you guys see all the hate that I get. Wow, 11 notifications on the forums. Yeah, I pissed some people off here. Pissed a lot of people off here, didn't I? Okay, well, whatever. Okay. That's weird. Okay. Sorry about that. Let us go to the dev tracker. Let us pull up our game update notes, copy this, and then we will bring this up live on stream like we know what we're doing, like one of those pro guys. I'm frickin' Asmongold here, guys. And let's put our Chrome window up and let's take a look at the patch notes. So we got general fixed an issue with the Tsunami Dodger achievement. Okay. Equipment will no longer be damaged. This is a weird one, right? This is like suddenly there's no more equipment damage, but you have to go and get a buff. Really, guys? I mean, extra health and defense. Okay, whatever. Fixed an issue with daily achievements being filtered by map type. Okay. Also added WVW filtering to daily achievements while in Armistice Bastion. Ooh. Well, that's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. Let us continue. Personal story and living world instances will no longer remove players from their instance for stepping over the red instance boundary outlines. This is a really big deal for newer players. I think this is a really big one. You know, and Caddy might remember this. She had a couple of friends who were, I think, WoW veterans who came to this game that really, really struggled with those boundaries. And yeah, Caddy hated them as well. Yeah, well, interesting. Okay. Mounts. Fixed an issue that prevented players from properly dismounting in mid-air after unlocking the soaring rescue. Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. User interface. Mouse cursors can now be displayed with higher contrast using 2 new options in the General Options tab. The cursor contrast option and the use show all ally names bind to what? Let's options hold a key to show the mouse cursor at the highest. Okay. Well, let's go into the general options and let's take a look. General options. And where? Dynamic HUD, camera, combat, competitive, streaming. Where is it? I gotta think ain't nobody got time for this. Caddy, where's the new setting? I can't find it. Show all enemy names. Quickly. They said it's on, is it in graphics option? No, it's not in graphics options. They said it's in general options. Show simple floaters. Wow, I'm still looking. Bear with me here for a moment. Huh. It's not under dynamic HUD. It's not under camera. It's at the way at the top. Show ally names. Cursor contrast. Okay, here it is. High cursor. Oh, wow. All right. All right.
We do make a good team, don't we?
All right. Well, it looks ugly AF, but it certainly is better than running YOLO mouse. Holy smoke. All right, well, Caddy has made her feedback known. That's hideous. Let me catch up with chat here for a moment, and then we will continue. Oh, looks like I managed to close my little chat window. Bear with me here for a couple of quick seconds. Gail, wow, my son is running it with diviners, just having mech barrier. Wow, that's actually interesting. Are you a person of interest in the original ArenaNet forum shies? I know, no exaggeration, when I'm participating in those forums, I get about a warning a week. It's been a little while since I got a warning. I've had my my account suspended there 5 or 6 times. The last time I had it suspended were for some comments about Mike Z and the way that he ran the game. Generally, I get my snoot booped a fair bit for making jokes at other people's expense. Yeah. So yeah, that is kind of how I roll. User interface. So there we go. The mastery skill menu has improved interaction. Create a new input category for mastery skills and move to what? What the hell is this? I don't even know what they're talking about here. This all kind of looks the same to me. Yeah, whatever. Won't worry about that too much. Let us continue. The Necromancer specialization now appropriately shows their user interface. Okay, good. The Emboldened mode in raids. This is going to be interesting. Each week, one of the 7 existing raid wings will be set to Emboldened mode. Upon entry, raid members will gain their first stack of Emboldened, which grants additional health damage output. So this is an interesting thing. And then every time you die, you get more health and more damage and more healing with each wipe. I think that's interesting. I hope it works. I hope it works. General, Call of the Mists is no longer permanently active. Okay. Okay. Strikes. All the End of Dragon Strike missions have had their weekly gold rewards increased. Okay. Wow, that's a pretty hefty little gold increase there. That's not bad. I'm not sure. Oh, all End of Dragon's Strike Mission challenge modes will now award an antique summoning stone once per week. Okay, that's actually pretty good gold then, isn't it? All End of Dragon's Imperial Everbloom Sprout. What the crap is an Imperial Everbloom Sprout? Oh, it's a new infusion. Okay. I could care less about those. Caddy likes infusions. She got that crystal infusion during Dragon Bash, and she's rich, you know? She's very rich. Yes, Caddy loves infusions. End of Dragon Strike Mission rewards. Okay. Personal story. Hearts and Minds revamp? What? Holy smokes. And the holding area has been replaced with multiple mid-instance checkpoints that players have more... Well, that's fantastic. Okay. That is really interesting. In addition to the structural change, a number of smaller updates have been made to the encounters and scripting to make it more stable and predictable. This is really interesting. They revamped Hearts and Minds. For those of you guys who don't know, Hearts and Minds is the last episode or the last story step in Heart of Thorns, which has been a bit of a pain point for people. That is actually really interesting to me that they went back and changed that. Really interesting to me that they went back and changed that. Items. A new Mordramoth-based legendary weapon skin is now available. Yeah, I don't care. In response to player feedback, a number of specific one of the 4 scale splinters of Zitans is now 2,500 research notes and 75 gold instead of 10,000 research notes. Oh, excuse me. Okay, well, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to worry about that. Is that it? Is that all they put in for the game update notes? I will have to refresh, but that shouldn't be it. That's all they put in here? Into the game update notes? They didn't put the other stuff? Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. Not what I would call cool. What happens when I click this one? Is it just the same link? So they didn't put any of the profession stuff in here. The hell is up with that? Okay. Well, I, for one, welcome our new ugly cursor overlords. Let's bring up Herald, and let's take a look at what is going on with Herald and where I'm getting my alacrity from. And I'll probably have to bring up the other game update notes, won't I? It doesn't just say here. That's interesting. Do I have to trait into it? Let's go in here. Wow. Here it is. Retain your facet passives for a duration after using a consume skill. No? Oh, okay. Using a consume skill grants quicknesses to the allies around you. 2 seconds of quickness each consume. Are you kidding me?
Fury is mine.
Well, that's objectively awful. Maybe holding up on those class update notes until they can integrate the design background notes with them. You know, Gail, you may be right, but holy crap. You know, just put the design notes in later. I won't complain too much. But I don't see how I'm supposed to perma this. And I keep fat fingering my let's I guess grab a concentration sigil here, which I'm pretty sure I've got. Bank. Pretty sure I have many concentration sigils. And don't need all of those, obviously. I'm having a drag and drop issue here. Is that it? Okay. I only need 9 concentration. Facet of nature will give us what? Another 2 seconds? 3 seconds? Okay. That still isn't going to cover it. Then do I need alacrity to make it happen? Okay, let's get some food. Let's get some really good boon duration food going here. Let's go to a level 80 zone. What, can I not just... Okay. What? Use. Okay, that does work. All right, let's go to a level 80 zone. Probably just hit on the wolves over here in Desert Highlands for a moment. And let's see what happens. Yeah, Alexander, I'm sure Facet of Nature has got to be part of it. But what's like... See, so there's another 3 seconds. So then I guess what you're going to want to do is fire Facet of Nature. I guess I got to take that off. Fire Facet of Nature off. Wow, this is... Okay. I'm going to try and be positive right now. That'll be interesting. So I got food on, and I'm going to replace one of my sigils with a concentration sigil, which is objectively awful. Probably just take my strength sigil out. And let's put this in. Okay, so my boon duration is currently sitting at 97%. That's in Diviner's Gear, minus 1 piece, which is or minus 2 pieces, which are actually in Berserkers. So those would probably bring me up to the 100%. Just make sure everything else is the way it should be, and it is. Is this... Well, I don't have stats selected on my sword. I guess I should do that too, shouldn't I? Let's take a look here. That should probably put me to 100%, shouldn't it? So it puts me to 100% even with a couple pieces of Berserker's gear. What happens if I take this Dragon Breath Bun then? Am I still at 100%? 98%. Okay, well... With facets from the facet, does it not work? I mean, I don't think so, to be honest with you. Just looking here. Are you talking about the passive from the facets? I don't think so, to be honest with you. I'm thinking that the passive facet should be better. I'm just looking this up. Bear with me here for a few moments, guys. So we get True Nature, which is 3. So if I go in here... Do I get quickness going into... Nope. I'm just busting around here, guys. Yeah. So, really, The problem here, though, is that obviously I have to give up forceful persistence to do it, which is pretty bad because this is a really big damage increaser. Yeah, for sure it does. I don't think it can. So basically, let me just hit it, use all the consumes. That takes me to, whoops. Barely. The answer is just barely, and you still have to be all over these consumes. Wow. That is just clunky AF. Because even with the facet of nature, guys, you have to be hitting all of these things. Like, you have to be hitting consume all the time. And then if you go into your second legend for any appreciable amount of time, yeah, not enough win for the clunkiness. I don't know. I mean, wow, I'm not sure I like this. I'm not sure I like this. You don't have to consume the facet? Really? Well, you have to consume true nature.
Nothing can bring me down.
Okay, let's just hit the consume on these. 8. 8. I think, yeah, I mean, I guess if you use chaos, you can get back in there. Okay, so you can perma it, but you have to be hitting all these consumes constantly, right? Like, somebody correct me if I'm wrong on this. Like, in order for me to keep this up, like, I have to be constantly consuming. And there's no way I can... Okay. Let's go hit some things, see what happens, because there's plunking around and then there's the real world. So let's give it a shot. Okay, well, that's not bad. Sure, I'm giving up a lot of damage, though. What am I... Well, you know, the might is still permid, though. Even without the strength sigil. Yeah, so... realistically speaking, I'm going to say at this point, and somebody can step up if I'm playing this like shit, but you're losing quickness the moment you step out of Herald, right? Because you can't use the consumes to keep it up. So where do you get the rest of your quickness? Let's take a look. You got that one trait that gives you quickness when you strike enemies around you, inflicting vulnerability and gaining quickness. That's Song of the Mist. So what I'm thinking about is the one that gives you quickness when you swap weapons. Okay. So this will give us 6 seconds of quickness. So that would be helpful. And isn't there something in Shiro that can give us quickness? I don't play a lot of Shiro, to be honest with you guys. Let's take a look at... Wow, this cursor, though. Okay. This cursor is just ass. Okay. I'm option going back to the old cursor. That's our first order of business. Because that tip on these little things is awful. Yeah, quickness. Step through the mists. So we can get more quickness if we're using phase traversal. Okay, so if we're running Shiro, then it isn't quite as bad. But if we run anything else... Okay. Someone did the math. You need a lack and 100 all the to get 103% quickness, which means no mistakes. Hugo, I think you're pretty close to right on that in the real world. But the quickness that I can get 100% on is just is personal. Yeah. But the quickness for other people, that's correct. That is absolutely correct. Okay. Well, this is probably going to take a little more. I don't know, guys. I mean, how hard is it to maintain 100% quickness on your group with Scrapper? Well, you keep... you see, that's what they were trying to do, right? They were trying to make it like Scrapper with the wells. The problem is the consumed aspect of it. Wow, it's like whoever did this wasn't really thinking it out quite right, or didn't test it. For personal, the gap closes and Shiro gives quick. Yeah, Hugo, that's exactly what I'm checking out here. And in fact, you can permit it with Shiro and with taking whatchamacallit. Let me just pull up the trade again here. With taking brutality, right? But you lose so much taking brutality. You lose so much taking brutality because it still doesn't feel awful personally, but hey, Caddy, can I request you grab something that doesn't do quickness? Can you get your mechanist or your oh, go get your mesmer for a second. Go get your mesmer. Skill down. So, I love Herald, but my boy is not at its best. Hugo, I think I'm with you on this. I am a big Herald enjoyer. Herald is one of my favorites. But yeah, I still think it's better than Vindicator. Though I do like the Great Sword on Vindicator. Huh, that's interesting. Keep fat fingering my social panel. I don't know, guys. Yeah, I know you love your Vindicator, Caddy. Caddy loves Vindicator so much. Okay, so when Caddy gets here, we're going to take a look at how I can upkeep that on her. Which I don't think is very well, to be honest with you guys. Alright. Okay, so there's the quickness. 7 seconds. Well... Oof. Yeah, I mean, you can permit. I can permit on her. But the moment I step into a different legend, that's gone. So, that's ass, as far as I'm concerned. And it's clunky. Okay. Let's see if we notice the difference. They may tune it up after this. Well, I mean, this is what we got to do at this point, Caddy, is we got to go in here and actually test it instead of just, doing the math. And really, we have to do that because I can't do math very well. To be honest with you, I'm not one of those math eggheads. Yeah, I mean, realistically, the moment you step out of this legend, you lose the quickness. And you have to be constantly clicking through these things to consume them. Let's catch up with the chat here. Alexander, facet of nature must be on at all times for the consumed. Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know. What's the energy use like? I mean, I'm not noticing energy problems. I will give it that. I will give it that because I would assume that these energy issues would become awful. So yeah, I am logging in to check if it helps. Yeah, sure. You know, anybody who wants to jump in and you know offer any kind of feedback. But yeah, you're right. Passive nature needs to be on all the time. What is the radius on this? Caddy, stand there for a second. Stand there. It's pretty forgiving. Huh. If they add a second of quick on the facet, then it's playable. I think, Hugo, you're right on that. I think that, well, okay. When we say playable, like, here's the deal. I think it's actually pretty comfortable if you're running brutality. You're keeping true nature up. You're keeping facet of nature up. You're running brutality. Then yeah, I mean and Shiro, you can keep it up on yourself, right? Guy Murphy, it looks pretty good to me. Guy, I mean, for yourself, it's fantastic. It is. For a solo play, it's fantastic. But what this was supposed to accomplish was to give it. I mean, I don't want to shit on it yet because I've played this for a grand total of 15 minutes at this point. But, you know, you have to be running a specific second legend, right? No other legend is going to give you the quickness that you're going to get off phase traversal. Yes, you have to exert some effort, but that's not necessarily bad, is it? No, Guy, I don't think it's bad. You're talking to a guy who loves playing Catalyst. I think that the effort isn't really the problem. The problem comes that, like, okay, so if I want to keep Fury and Might up on my group, which I want to do with these two facets, I don't necessarily want to consume them. Now, I do have this trait that is letting the facets, last longer, which is fine. But what's happening is I lose the perma the moment I step into a second legend. So, technically speaking, if I'm in group content, all I can run is Dragon's Dance. I have legendary runes and sigils. Let me log in and see if we can make it work. Yeah, absolutely. I've got the legendary runes as well, Hugo. Excuse me. I believe I'm running pack runes here at this point. What am I? Well, here is a weirdness. Why do I not have... Okay, so here's my pack runes. Switch off this. Wow, I was running without runes. Oh my. Okay, so let us... Yeah, no, you've never done that either, have you, Caddy? Okay. Let's put in some pack runes, then we can take the concentration sigil out. That's still going to overcap us. That means... Okay, let's put in the pack runes. And... Alright. Try Firebrand runes and go Condi on Herald. I don't know if that would be a good idea. Yeah, I mean, you could run... But then you got to run, like, Plague Doctor's gear or something like that, right? Like... and you lose a lot of value off sword and staff. I don't know. Let's try the pack runes for a moment. Okay, so this now puts us well over 100%. So let's try different food at this point. Let's try, well, let's not try the mixed berry pies. Let's go in here and grab one of these and grab flank steak, 80 power. No. Steak and asparagus. There we go. Okay. So now what is our boon duration at? We're still significantly overcapped. We can take that concentration sigil out and probably put like an impact sigil in here in a moment. But for now, we will run force and strength. What is our boon duration? Is now at 96%. Okay. So if we go back to the soul pastry. All right. So we're just a little over 100% here.
Might makes me right. Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So the problem is not the personal quickness, though, right? Like, the personal quickness is dope. The personal quickness is good as long as you're running Shiro as your second legend. The group quickness is not what it needs to be. It's like all this work just to barely hit 100%, and you can't really do anything else at that point. Let me take the shield off. Let me go ahead and unequip the shield. Let's put a staff in here. What do you think? Staff, guys? Staff sounds good, right? And let us change this to diviners. Do we have any sigils? Not really. I'll put that force sigil in here. Okay. So, okay, well, anybody else who might have any kind of, input on this issue, but, I mean, it seems like the eggheads were right, The other thing is I don't have alacrity here. Alacrity would probably make a difference. Hey, did they fix the whatchamacallit? The raid training area where we can go in with 2 people now? Let's go and take a look at that, because that was really freaking annoying. Let's go and try going into the raid training area because there was a bug that was keeping us from doing it. Can you take down the patch notes? Oh my god, somebody needs to tell me this beforehand. There we go. My bad. My bad. Oh, F no longer doubles the... Yeah, flat 20%. Yep. Yep. Sorry, gal. My bad. Oh, yeah, no, it's not on you guys. My bad. First, let me start a squad. Create the squad. Call it raid mode. Pick a better color, go somewhere else, and let us go into raid training and see if we can both go in there at the same time, because there was a bug preventing us from doing that for the past week. Let's see what happens. Let me guess. Yeah, no. You want to try and enter manually, Caddy, and if that doesn't work, then this is, yeah, okay, great. You try and enter manually, and then we'll bag it on this, and we'll go check it somewhere else. Maybe go to the fractal lobby or something. No, that's not working, is it? Well, nice that this bug still exists. All right. Well, that was a fun little test. Ask me if I'm happy about this bug. The answer is no. No, I am not. Leave the squad. And then we will invite to party. Okay, well, maybe my quickness rev does not bring the boys to the yard, Caddy. This is a sad moment. I mean, for solo it works. For solo it's fine, but and you also have to have Shiro. Okay. I'm not sure what else to do on this one. Disappointing almost as much as as the last Black Lion Key. Well, yeah, no, Caddy, your Black Lion Key luck is legendarily bad. Legendarily bad. Boy, I'm just kind of at a loss here, guys. On this whole quickness rev thing. I mean, it's not like we didn't try, right? See if they've... oh, they did add the rest of the stuff to the patch notes. It's all in black. Interesting. Why is it all in black? I mean, overall, this patch buffs solo Herald. Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. You have to lose stun break and heal to even keep the 100% on group. Absolutely. Alexander, that is absolutely the scenario. I could probably pump out, you know, a really cool solo build for this. But boy, I'm not sure I would recommend it. And yeah, the feedback has to be clunky to maintain. Almost impossible to maintain in groups. And that was really the goal, right? Was to give Herald that spot in groups. So here's the next question. And the next question is about Ventari. Hey, Caddy, you can jump off that mesmer at this point if you want. We are done this part of the science. Rev, quick decision. More work needed. Absolutely, Gail. I mean, I'll put a post up on the forums later when I take some time to type this stuff out. But yeah, it's pretty neutral, so stay on it. Well, if you wanted to check out that Ventari stuff for your world versus world, now would be the time to do it, because I am going to grab a different Revenant. And we are going to take a look at the Ventari changes, because there have been some. Even for solo, it's easier to upkeep 100% quickness on Vindicator. I'm not sure it would be, you know, it might be easier. I'm not sure. Can you actually put 100% quickness on Vindicator? I mean, I haven't really tried, to be honest with you. I didn't really think about that. I ran Vindicator in wait a second. I thought this was over. Is this not over? Is Dragon Bash still on? Wow. On yourself, really, Alexander? I'll have to take a look at that, because I was running in Diviner's gear. Oh, it ends in 2 hours. Okay, well, Dragon Bash, you were good to me this year. You were not as good to me as you were to Cattywampus, but you were good to me this year. All right, so legendary Centaur stance. Let us pull back up our Chrome window here and let us take a look at the Ventari changes. After summoning Ventari's tablet, the next legendary Centaur skill will be empowered. This occurs when entering legendary Centaur stance. I hate that. Centaur stance. Or when using Project Tranquility. Isn't Project Tranquility the whatchamacallit? Natural Harmony. Oh, that's just the name for the summon of the... Okay. So it doesn't heal anymore when you move it. But the cooldown on the movement is gone. This means that we can just hotkey it to Q and move it at will. Does this actually make it better? You can keep fun up much easier on Vindicator. Gale, so freaking true. Keeping the fun up on Vindicator is pretty easy. Oh, I don't know. I can't see them moving the thing around in a blobby Zerg fight. Well, this is the reason why Ventari isn't a thing in World versus World, right? Like, the way I play, I put my heal skill on Q, right? And I put my heal skill on Q because it is easy. And this now means that I can move it whenever I press Q without a 3-second cooldown. That in and of itself is pretty big quality of life. But is it enough? I'm honestly interested with only one spirit on Untamed. That is going to be another piece of testing today, Alexander, my friend. Absolutely another piece of testing. Okay, what are the other changes to this? And I will... Project Tranquility now activates instantly. All right. And the base pulse heal... Okay, well, whatever. That was never a big deal. Ventari's Will. This skill no longer has an energy cost. What is Ventari's Will? Is that the... I'm sorry, what was Ventari's Will? Summoning it. Okay. Whatever. Natural Harmony increased the healing attribute scaling. Wow, it's a sizable increase in what was already the biggest green numbers in the game. I mean, for those of you guys who haven't, effed around with Ventari before, the problem with Ventari was not its healing numbers. Its healing numbers were objectively stronger than Tempest. The problem is just moving that stupid thing around. Natural healing is up. Okay. Alright. Energy expulsion. This skill no longer creates healing fragments and instead heals and removes conditions from allies in the area. The skill no longer consumes all energy when used. Increased energy cost from 10 to 35. This skill now knocks down enemies that it strikes instead of knocking them back. Okay. That's still... We must renew ourselves. Okay, so then what is the... There's no cooldown on that. That's a massive knockdown. Alright, I can see why they want to try this in World vs. World, Caddy. Because it's a 5-target knockdown. That is massive stability ripping right there. Without knocking them out of AoEs, right? They are very excited about this. I mean, I don't know if I'd be very excited about it. I'm mildly intrigued. But I wouldn't call myself very excited. Let me hide the patch notes here. They want to give up the alliance stance for it. So they're talking about going Centaur Dwarf, huh? Yeah, it does mean one less dodge for you. But I mean, you know what they didn't nerf today? Do you know what they didn't nerf, Caddy? The superior sigil of stamina. And purity of purpose. You're right. And also called that one. So the Sigil of Stamina is a thing. And that means you really do have unlimited dodges. Or you could run some, food that gives you better. So, I don't know. Want to put on your DPS build for a minute? And let's go and try this in the real world. Let's also make sure that I have proper gear on, unlike before. Yep. Let's hope for hereS with monk runes. Oh yeah, hereS except for one piece with monk runes. 90% boon duration, concentration, stamina. All right, I think we're good with this. Let's go and let's give it a shot, shall we? I'm just, I don't know. Is it enough to overcome that clunky tablet mechanic? It does make it objectively less clunky. I will give it that. Still got some of the best CC in the game. I mean, I can see the value. Oops. Okay, well, I mean, I can see the value. But really, I mean, if you wanted this to be worth it, you wanted this to be Herald, and you wanted to give quickness as well, right? I mean, that's really what it needs to be in order to be viable, and it just isn't. I mean... Yeah. I mean, it really... The problem is the same thing that was wrong before with the other one. In that you have to... You lose the quickness as soon as you go into Ventari. And you lose the value of Ventari. Wow. It's just, there's no synergy. It just doesn't play well together. And I can see why they're interested in world versus world, but in instance PvE, I'd rather play Healing Scrapper. And Healing Scrapper just doesn't have really good green numbers. Well, you can't mess with the heal numbers. The heal numbers are really nice. I do miss the heal on move, but it's okay. I mean, whatever. Really, unless you're giving quickness and alacrity, your support spec is not going to be desired. And if you can't perma the quickness on your group with Herald, and you can, but all you're doing then at that point is permeating quickness, you're not doing anything else. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a little disappointing. It's, but, you know, I guess that's what iterative development is about. Alexander, one Spirit Untamed should work. Managed to keep almost 100% uptime with 56% concentration. Alexander, does that mean you were running... What kind of gear were you running to get that concentration? Were you just running like Selly gear or something like that? Yeah, Hugo, I can see. Yeah, for sure. For sure. The Demos hand kite will be absolutely easier. Absolutely. Absolutely easier. But it just... You couldn't show up in a random pug group and say, you know, I'm on support and I'm on Ventari Rev. I think it's close. It's not bad. There's got to be some way to kind of make it better. It might just be a numbers tweak. But at least we know what this is. We'll move on from Ventari here in a moment as soon as this thing is down. Just random berserkers and diviners plus pack and concentration sigil. Okay, you know what? After this, I'm going to take a 5-minute kind of step outside, smoke 'em if you got 'em break. And then we will pop back in and take a look at some Untamed. That's actually interesting. See what we have to get up to get that, but... Yeah, I'm contributing 0 DPS here. I mean, the other good side is, you know, the break bar hate. Ventari Rev is great, I guess. I don't know what to say. I guess I'm a little deflated on this one. I was really hoping for better than this. I was really hoping for better than this. Storm Spirit seems to be my... Okay. Let's pull this up. Okay. And the raw healing output is really nice, I'll give it that. Yeah. It's a sad day to be a support rev. So many hopes and dreams shattered. Shattered mightily. Under the boot of mighty Mechanist and Firebrand. I say that, but you know what? There's a lot of support builds I'd run before this, to be honest with you. Caddy, why? Where is my damage? Why am I doing no damage, Caddy? Why are you hard carrying this? It's taken forever. You love Ventari. Everybody loves Ventari. Thanks to whoever the random person that came in and do this bounty is to save my stream from the next 2 hours killing this fucking sand snare. Crazy times. And it's a Minionmancer. I think this is the first time I've been glad to see a Minionmancer in open world. That's fantastic. This is my karma right here for all the times I've complained about a Minionmancer coming in and hand raised that minion, yeah. For all the times I've complained about Minionmancers coming in and spoiling my footage for my videos. This one is making our lives easier. Here, have some heals, Minionmancer. Have many heals. You used to be able to have alacrity from that. You can't today. Because memes. Let's wreck that break bar. What did the new build cost you? It really isn't good. It really just... I mean, if all you were worried about was healing people, this might be the best in slot build. Because you could reasonably perma protection and regen and get those huge healing numbers, but for any kind of offensive play, this is ass. Absolute ass. Organic free range ass. It's like ass 0. All the ass, none of the calories. Well, that was painful. Let us retire here. All right, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. I'm going to step outside for a moment. I will come back and we will look at some of your ranger ideas here, Alexander. I think that that's a really cool idea. So be right back. Smoke them if you got them.
Reports of creatures driven insane by ley energy are coming from all over. Are you going to help me?
Well, folks, I'd like to, share some spectacular news with you all. I love my cat, but he's not the smartest cat in the world. And I will illustrate this by the fact that I have a cat door where he can go outside. And he figured out how to go outside, but he never figured out how to come back in via the cat door. So he would go outside and then sit there panicked outside, meowing to be let back in because he couldn't figure out that the door worked in both directions. So yeah, not the smartest cat in the world. This morning, however, he has figured out how to come back in. It took about a month and a half for him to work that out. So go boy genius. Let us take a look at chat. No, you do. Don't do any damage. Herald and Ventari are both giving up many to dominate. And when people don't like playing that way, yeah. For Herald to dominate, no. Without heal and stun break, it's straight up not viable to play Quick Herald in Pugs. It's not viable to play Quick Herald in Pugs. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that makes me sad. On with our day. Let us pull up my Ranger, who I believe has some Celestial gear. Way to go, Kitty. Absolutely. Res Evil, good morning. Good morning, yes. Boy genius, figuring it out. Let's pull up what I got on here. I believe I'm in Celestial gear with pack runes. Okay. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Great sword of force and strength. Axe with force and strength, but one axe is Marauders. Do I have a Celestial axe sitting around is the next question. So let us go and see if I have a Celestial axe. I won't worry about it too much. But it's worth a check. Just for consistency's sake. I've been salvaging a fair number of my axes, to be honest with you guys. What do we have here? Nope. Okay, well, we'll live without the second Celestial Axe and keep it in mind as we are testing. All right, let us go over to our build. We'll grab this Untamed. We will put it here. And it is in what? Nature Magic is this? So what am I running here? So probably have to take Marksmanship. And Nature Magic? Yeah. Oof. Oh, I actually think we're going to want to keep Wilderness Survival. Yeah, okay. Let's do Wilderness Survival and Nature Magic. Alright. Boons applied by spirits last longer, and the spirit loses less health per interval. And it gives 6.5 seconds of alacrity. What else do we grab here? Warhorn is nothing but regen. Dodging removes... grant boons when swapping pets. Okay, yeah, hey, I mean, this is cool. Give some fury and some vigor. Gain quickness when struck below the health threshold. You deal increased strike damage for each boon affecting you. I think is the way we will go on that. All right. Any of you Ranger players out there who may have better ideas on how to do this, I think what we will do is we will go with the knockdown kind of spam build here. Yeah, what do you got? Robin, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining our circle of disappointment here that we are starting. Well, we have started with some disappointment here today. Revenant is not on the menu, boys. We have moved on to Ranger and Untamed. So can we Perma alacrity on Untamed is the question. Now, let us check. Let's grab another concentration sigil here just in case. And also, what I'd probably like to do is see if I have an impact sigil around. I may not have one, but so be it. Oh, there we go. Impact sigil. Concentration sigil. Let's grab one of those just for memes, for testing about. Use skirmishing for the crit cap. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Yep. So what does this do now? Spotter is just Fury. But we're all getting Fury from a ton of other sources. Man. Okay, let's try that. I don't know. Wow. It almost makes you want to go Condi on this, right? Instead of... It's kind of a toss-up. Let's go this way here. We'll go with Light on Your Feet. We'll go with Strider's Defense. Because I'm pretty sure that we've permed Fury without needing Spotter. I mean, but Spotter does give... Let's put on Spotter and we'll make sure here. Sure. Hugo, I logged into my banner slave. Can't even pick up both banners. Oh, that hurts, dude. Yeah, Alexander, I don't know if you can link it here. You can try. But, yeah, try and put it in here. If it doesn't let you, Mind Circus 1506, mindcircus.1506. If you want to shoot it to me in game, would be just fine as well. Forensic build testing won't throw up another tune on the just slab. Oh, I'm so heartbroken by that. I just, I don't even know. But you know what? That wasn't even the big one for me today, so we will leave it at that. Let's take a look at this. We can probably take this out for a spirit now, and what are we thinking? Storm Spirit for more Fury? Yeah. Let's take out Spotter then and go with Strider's Defense. 3 Grand Master for skirmishing. Fury grants ferocity and increased critical strike chance. Right, my bad. Cool. So let us go to a level 80 area. Let's go derp around Cursed Shore for a minute. See, the problem with spirits, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, is just that I put this down, and I can move this, right? Can I just move it to me here? Yeah. But then it dies. Okay, that's a healthy amount of alacrity, though. Okay, let's wait for this to recharge. So, against bosses, this is going to be pretty good. Let's see. And see, you know, Prot is pretty powerful. Plus, the Untamed got all the power buffs today, didn't it? It got like a 10% power buff. Okay. So let's just... So, wait a second. Correct me if I'm wrong about this. Am I messing with this wrong for your Berserker? Oh, ouch. Ouch, Robin. Ouch. Boons applied by spirits last longer, and the spirit loses less health. Spirit activated skills affect a larger area, and apply alacrity to allies. So you really realistically want 2 of these, don't you? Like 2 spirits, realistically speaking. And you probably want frost and storm. Actually, just the storm will do it. You're right. But you need higher boon duration, aren't I? 69%. Untamed Grandmaster 1 as well. What is that doing? Disabling a foe reduces the cooldown of all your equipped skills. Psh, that's such a damage decrease. But yeah, if you're going into instance content, that's... So, and I mean, it's Untamed. This is really a change meant to Druid, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, and then you have to be... Okay, so this is... I mean, this isn't as bad as Herald, but it makes me wonder the same question. If I can perma quickness... Or, here's a better one. If I can perma alacrity on Renegade with minimal problems, if I can perma alacrity on Mechanist with 1 button, why do I have to do so much Jimmy leg to do this on Ranger? All right, let's go hit this champion over here, Caddy, and let's just see what happens. This champion's pretty hard, though. This is the question I'm having right now. Wish Arc was working. This does actually feel like significantly more damage. Oh, the alacrity is real as long as you're not moving around. Alright, well, I camped that red circle, but the alacrity is real as long as you are not moving around. It's not even... And you only need, like, 1 spirit. You're right. I'll take a quick look at chat here in a moment after this dude is dead. It's not as... No, I mean, this is viable. This is viable. I mean, the Herald stuff is not what I would call viable. But this is viable. Okay. Well, that's entertaining. And what's interesting about this is it's, if I'm not mistaken, the first core class that can actually perma alacrity. And you know what I'm actually going to do with this is I'm actually going to revisit my Celestial Open World Druid build, because I think alacrity would make it really interesting, and go back, play some Condi Druid with the alacrity, and I think it might be cool. Still not a fan of the spirits, but... Huh. Druids already ran almost all spirits, so yeah, for sure. You already did. Well, I mean, for instance content, right? But, You know, one of my great white whales in build making these days has been refining Celestial open world Druid, because Druid is one of those specs that just really kind of lags behind once you take it out of the instant support play, right? It's so focused on support. You can play Tempest, and you can play Tempest for damage or support. You can play Renegade, and you can play it for damage or support. You can play Firebrand, and you can play it for damage or support. You can play Scourge, and you can play it for damage or support. But you can't play Druid for damage. You can kind of only play it for support. I mean, you can kind of play it for damage. I think this actually puts that in a better place, though, to be honest with you. That is a big question, honestly. It seems that the changes of this patch are aimed at making boons barely stick. That really is the question, isn't it, Alexander? That really is the question. Is that what it is? And if that's what it is, okay, great. But why are Firebrand and Mechanist allowed? And Mechanist is the prime kind of example on this, in that Mechanist is one button to perma Alacrity. It is quite literally one button to perma Alacrity, and you don't need 100% boon duration to do that. And Renegade is the same. It's one button to perma Alacrity. But when I look at this, there's a lot of Jimmy leg involved in hitting that Alacrity. Where's the giant? Where's the giant? So I do want to... let's go hit a hot hero point. I think that's probably a good play at this point. Let's go and hit this one right here. Oh, seriously? Come on. Oh, good. More aggro. Oh, and more aggro. That's fantastic. That's just great. Okay. So, what runes give you condition damage and boon duration? I guess you're looking at Traveler runes or Firebrand runes, which would give you absolutely nothing on the 6. How goes the sign? Let's go. Spirits are already clunky. You know, I'm not sure what the answer is, but I absolutely agree with you. I don't play a lot of Druid because I don't enjoy spirits. That said, how different are spirits than the Renegade summons? Yeah, you know, those damage buffs, I'm feeling those damage buffs. I'll give it that. But still not enough to use hammer or something like that. And the Alaka is permad. The Alaka is absolutely permad. And I think in any kind of scenario, I mean, you can make a perma Alak. You can make a perma Alak Untamed work. That makes it now better than Herald. Shit. That hurts. That hurts right there, my friends. Wow. Okay, well, there's something that we can play with. That'll be for another day. Well, Cattywampus, are you ready for the big test? The one we've all been waiting for? Are you ready to see if Alacrity Tempest is a thing? Because I'm ready to see if Alacrity Tempest is a thing. All right. I'll grab a Tempest with some Celestial gear, which I'm pretty sure I have. All right. So, yeah, I mean, okay. Thumbs down to Quickness Herald, thumbs up to Alacrity Ranger. It's not nearly as bad. It's got some wiggle room, and it works. And you don't need 100% boon duration for it, you know? That was just in Celestial gear. So, let us go to another 80 place. Let us go to Lake Doric. Because Lake Doric is lakey and Doricy. And we will see what we have here. Believe I'm running the same Celestial Pack rune setup here. So let's take a look at this. Make sure... Durability runes. What am I doing here? I was in World versus World, obviously. Let's get some pack runes in here. And let us copy. Oh, no, let's go by y'all. You see, where is Support Catalyst? Yeah, I was playing Support Catalyst in World versus World. Sometimes the shit that goes through my brain. All right, so what do we want to play this? We want to play this for Colony. We want to play Written in Stone. We want to get rid of this for what? Fiery Greatsword? No, we'll probably run that instead. Let's go Pyromancer's Puissance. And let us go Burning Rage. Burning Precision. Let us... What's the bleeding trait? This is the bleeding trait. Strength of Stone based on toughness. There we go. Stability, that's... No, the wrong one. Let us go into Tempest. And switch weapons. We'll look at that in a moment. We will grab Lucid Singularity, which is actually what we'd want to be running. So that's interesting. This is 10.5 seconds of Alacrity. This is permaable. I'm going to say this already. Stability on overloads. Shouts granting might. Or auras granting... There we go. There we go. And Unstable Conduit. Okay. So then let's grab Rebound. Let's take... what are we going to take here, guys? Take Aftershock. Feel the Burn. And Signet of Fire. Let's take out... oh, we got a Bursting Sigil in here. Let's take the Bursting Sigil out of here. Can I take it out? Of course I can. All I have to do is use my upgrade extractor. So... I didn't even look at the Black Lion Statuette vendor. How crazy is that? Okay. We'll put our Bursting Sigil in here and put that in the main. Oh, I have many Bursting Sigils apparently. And let's put a Warhorn on here. Unequip. Let's put our Warhorn. Yeah, you know what? I think you're going to be able to comfortably do this actually on Celestial. I don't think you're going to need like Ritualist's gear or anything. I'm still looking for my horn. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Set this for Celestial. And that'll be good for now. We'll be missing something here. Probably go ahead and run a Malice Sigil in here. So we were looking at 50% crit rate, 73% boon duration. But if I'm going Condi, yeah, okay, well, we'll leave these pack runes in here for now, but I'm pretty sure we need, yeah, let's just try this for now. Okay, just going to catch up on chat here. I thought about Firebrand runes and Ritualist gear for with Mace for the Herald. You know, Hugo, the problem isn't the boon duration, because we were at 100% boon duration. And the problem isn't that it wasn't doing damage. It was doing damage, and you could spec it for Condi, absolutely. You get the extra quickness duration off that. It still runs. I don't know if 20% is enough, but I may look at that later. That's actually not a bad idea, the Firebrand runes. Going back down here, really appreciate the good news. Everyone is pretty bummed in map chat. They have a back item that was holographic koi swimming around you. What? Is this in the store or something? Huh. Haven't even heard about that. If you hear more, I would like to hear about this holographic koi back item. This is intriguing for me. Okay. I am running Condi Tempest. You know what? I'm going to go with the Traveler runes. Because Condi, because, yeah, you guys all know what I'm talking about. Traveler. I'm going to try this. And then I'll take another look in a moment at what we'll get the boon duration from on this. Did I actually manage to do that correctly? Okay. All right. So here we have it. So I get alacrity when it finishes. 8 seconds of alacrity. Yes, this is permeable. This is very permeable. Hello, Laser Mouse. This is very permeable. I think I need a concentration sigil for it, but I think this will work. Okay. Chests. Interesting. I'll have to look more at that in a little bit. Let's beat up some white mantle. So Alacrity Tempest is in a much better place. Oh yeah, baby. Just kind of spamming skills to see what the upkeep is like. Let's go find some bigger groups. Get off the slow ass mount. Okay, this is going to be a thing, I hope. Because, yeah, I would love to put this in some Ritualist gear, and we'll probably do that off stream, because that'll probably take a fair bit of downtime. But, oh yeah, here's a good one. Let's go do this Jade Cannon event. Let's see how it goes. It is still pretty clunky. Oh wait, with the you get the 2 seconds boon duration off one of the don't you get a 2-second boon duration off one of the... Oh. No. I'm going to have to check this in a minute because there's a Tempest horn, isn't it? Yeah, increase the boons on you. But what is the boon duration time? Boon duration increase 3 seconds. So, if I were to do this, let the prot go on it, do this. Come back in here. No, yeah. Barely. Probably want to go with 100% boon duration on this too. We got, at this point it seems we have only Alack Untamed as the unexpected winner. I'm still, well, I mean I wouldn't I wouldn't put it on the same level as Mech or Firebrand, because I mean what makes those monstrous isn't just the alacrity and the quickness. Because if it was just the quickness uptime, I mean Scrapper would be meta, right? But this is doable. This is going to take a little bit of work. Ranger gets nerfed back into the grounds. Oh, show me where they hurt you. All right, let's hit some centaurs for a minute. Let me just see about this, but this is going to take a little bit more doing. But I think this can actually be fun, where the Herald thing wasn't. You gotta have to hit an overload every time you swap attunements. You can't just swap attunements. You have to. Yeah, with some work, this is going to be okay. With some work, this will absolutely be okay. But it's going to take a little bit of a complicated rotation. Unlike the Ranger, which will not. Well, what do we think? I don't know. This one is a mixed bag. Go power and fresh air. I'm thinking that's probably your best bet. That is absolutely probably your best bet. Yeah. Because yeah, we'll try that here in a second. Because it's the only way to make sure that you're actually always using your overload, I think. Yeah, this has got Jimmy leg on it too.
My defenses are down.
Wow. Okay. Let's get out of here after this kills, or I die. Alright, I'm a power player. I just don't get Condi. I one or the other. Like, I would never play power Renegade, and I prefer Condi Ranger. I prefer Condi Ranger by a big margin. I'm a much bigger believer in Condi Ranger than I am in Power Ranger. I love Condi Ranger. Okay, let's stop dragging aggro. Man, seriously. I just want to leave. I just want to get out. Oh, good. Yes, keep spawning. That's fantastic. I suppose I should keep these kind of things in mind when I'm going to test builds in places with instant respawn timers and stuff. Don't shoot him. Don't kill that dude. Don't hit him. Don't draw more aggro. No. Well, at least I'll build my rotation. No, Caddy, there's no reason both of us have to be annoyed here. Just me is good. Alright. Oh, we are out. We are out of the aggro. Power Ranger. Oh, you know what? I will test builds in here because of the respawn timer and because of the way that it kicks you around. I use that spot for testing a fair bit. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't play Power Ranger. I just don't. I don't enjoy it. I don't think it brings anything to anybody. Well, I mean, I get that it's really good in fractals and stuff like that. And, you know, it's a good power DPS. But in open world, not a fan. Much rather play Condi Ranger. All right. So that's another one that has bitten the dust here today, Caddy. This one will require further testing. And also on an Asura. Probably need the Ritualist gear for that. Well, you know, we are 1.5 out of 3. We are 50-50. I'm not saying this patch is a complete dumpster fire, but I'm not saying it's great. Let's take a look at let's take a look at some more patch notes. Let's see what else we got here in the patch notes. So let us go back. Druid, we've kind of touched on. Reaper. From what I understand, the Reaper is about a 3% damage buff to Power Reaper. Who cares? I guess the Chronomancer's changes are for people who can actually play Mesmer. So we'll leave that to the bigger brains. The Guardian changes, I mean, whatever. A 5% damage decrease to a 5% damage decrease to Amplified Wrath. Come on. Poor Reaper. I don't know. I don't think Reaper got hit that badly, to be honest with you guys. I think Reaper's pretty much no crit cap. Well, I mean, you can make your crit cap. What else do we need to look at here? Rifle Hollowsmith. Do we need to look at Rifle Hollowsmith? Or do we just assume that Rifle Hollowsmith is in a pretty good place? What is the hammer? Boon. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at the actual catalyst changes. Let's go back to our pack runes. Oops. What am I doing wrong here? I'm clicking something wrong here. There we go. Okay. So, back into pack runes. And let us see if we can still... if this doesn't suck. So, your Jade Spear grants a boon to nearby allies. So, well, this is 17 seconds of quickness now, and it's all front-loaded. What are you talking about? This is actually not bad. But it gives you the 10% damage debuff, right? Oops, wrong one. I'll wait until we go back here. Do the rifle changes make rifle the way to go for support scrapper? No, I wouldn't think so. I mean, I could look at it. I still think that, you know, I mean, Caddy can correct me if I'm wrong, but what are you using for support scrapper these days, Caddy? Is it still hammer, or are you using pistol? Is it pistol just to proc stuff? Pistol, shield, or hammer? Yeah, because the buffs to and let me take that off the screen here in a moment. The buffs to the rifle are all what, like power duration, immobilized duration. So this is a CC change. This is a really big damage increase on the auto attack. Now, applies might. Oh, well, yeah. Applies might. In PvE, yeah. In PvE, yeah. This is a better solution than pistol shield in PvE. You're right, because of the might generation. Yep. Yep. I haven't been on much, and in fact, if I was going to be running Mechanist, if I was running Power Mechanist, I might take a look at the rifle as well. Yeah, might be a thing. Support Scrapper generate about 11 stacks of might. Yeah, you're right. And that's a lot of might. That's 5 stacks for 8 seconds. I mean, and 3 stacks for 5 seconds. And well, nobody's gonna use this for support in World versus World. Right, you're not going to use this for support in World versus World because you can't blast the smoke field off your So you're not going to use it for support in World versus World. This could be a fun alternate weapon for like flamethrower scrapper. Yeah. You know where else I might use rifle is on core engineer. That wacky core engineer build. Oh, you know what? I've been sitting here taking hits and getting killed by. Oh, wow. I got killed by a bear cub. Oh, save me, Catty Wampus. You're my only hope. Oh, wow. That's hilarious. Okay. Let me go back up here for a second. You know where I would use that absolutely is on that wacky old flamethrower, that wacky old core engineer flamethrower celestial build that I put up. Well, yeah, rocket boots. You got to use rocket boots. Let's just catch up on chat. Sorry about this. Yeah, the might generation on rifle is real for sure. It is. I did some test runs with Power Mech and the rifle already. I like that I could use it with a toolkit to have rifle for tagging, toolkit for closer combat, so that I wasn't using the mech to tag. Yeah. I can see that. Is it a blast finisher, Lucas? I'm not actually sure. I thought jump shot was a projectile finisher. And yeah, I totally got owned by a bear cub. Oh, Robin, thank you for the support. I, as always, appreciate any and everything you guys do. You know, y'all are the super fans, and I really do appreciate you guys just spreading the word. Yeah, I mean, Caddy, do you have a rifle on you right now? Because you are running an engineer. Is Rifle 5 a blast finisher? Wow, that's quite a rifle skin you have there. It's a leap finisher. All right, yeah. So you can't blast a smoke field with that, right? And turn it into area stealth. Right. The patch note said the leap got changed to blast. Well, only one way to find out. It just might be that the whatchamacallit, that the tooltip hasn't changed. So let us kill this window for a moment, and let us grab a scrapper and let's try it. I may not have a rifle. That's interesting. Let's just buy a quick. cheap rifle. Let's go weapons. Rifles. Level 80. Exotic. Match my level. The reason why I'm doing this is just if I have to buy a cheap rifle, I'm going to buy one with a skin I haven't unlocked already. So I just make sure that I come in here and if I've got to just buy something. Demise of Dragons. What the hell is this? Or Spindrift Road. What is the Demise of Dragons? Oh, this is what Caddy was just running. Okay, yeah. That is dope. Okay. Let us buy the Demise of the Dragon. The one that caused the end, so to speak. Rifle 5 still yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean we'll test it. We'll give it a full test here without saying one way or the other. Let's put on a scrapper build. What do I got here? Scrapper. There we go. Let's go back in here and we will change the poor Taz. Alright, naked check. Alright. So smoke, fire. Yeah, that's area stealth, my friends. That is blasting a fire field. Or sorry, blasting a smoke field. So they just didn't change the description. So is that better for world versus world is the question. I mean, the only reason you were running pistol shield, why else do you run pistol shield? I guess you get the damage mitigation off the shield, right? And the stab rip. I don't know. That's a tough call. Probably better left for the eggheads who play more world versus world scrapper than I do. The ones who may actually have gear ready for it, because I do not. But yeah, there you go. Interesting. Because buy for the fashion if you can't buy for the combat value. This is correct. This is the way I think. There's a reason we play this game, and it is to look sweet. Well, Caddy, what do you think? Is rifle scrapper support for world versus world a thing? I asked Caddy because she is my resident expert. Support, I don't know. It would be interesting for kind of a duelist build, though, right? I mean, yeah, for a damage scrapper, it'd probably be interesting. Like, I might run that on a Selly scrapper. I'd probably run that on a Selly scrapper in World versus World. I'm not sure it's bigger value than the hammer, though. The hammer's pretty big value. But, all right. Another question answered. Let us pull our patch notes back up. Let us see where we are at here on all these questions. Remember, groups are trying to work around the usual comp of medic, scrapper, and support. Why? Why would you try to work around these comps? This is what I don't understand. And for those of you who aren't seeing Caddy's chat here, I apologize. But Caddy's bringing up an interesting point about World versus World in that a lot of groups in World versus World are trying to move away from the Firebrand Scrapper combo. And my question is why? I mean, why would you move away from these? It just doesn't make sense to me. Onwards with our patch notes. Yeah, let's go back to Catalyst. I'm sorry. We were going to see what that time was like on that Catalyst and what that quickness up time was like on that Catalyst. So let us see what we are looking at here. So I have to hit something. This won't take long, and then we will try. I'm going to hit this bear cub because fuck you, bear cub. All right, let's drop that. That is a whole lot of quickness. That is absolutely permit quickness. Wow. Okay, well, I mean, my build is still good. I mean, I'm taking that 10% DPS decrease though. Oh, it totally is fun. It totally is. Caddy was just saying that it looks like fun. It absolutely is fun. I'm just gonna come in here and just tweak something because of the changes I made. Absolutely, I'm a big believer in Catalyst. But let's take a look at that trait. So really the only difference here is what? I am going to be suffering a 10% damage decrease. I'm not even seeing that. Did they not? Oh, here it is. Damage dealt reduced by 10%. Okay. So the question then becomes, is this still good in my world? I mean, not in the instance PvE world, because my build was never good for instance PvE. I recognize this. For those of you out there who may run your own YouTube channels and like to take shots at my content. Onwards. Oh my. Okay, so we got our pack runes in here. We got our force and strength. Excuse me, is it okay if I ask you a question about Elementalist after this new update? Yes. Yes, you can. Sorry, somebody asked me a question in private, but be aware I am currently streaming right now, so yeah, everyone can see. But shoot. There we go. I ran quickness, catalyst, and strikes. Worked fine. Well, this isn't quickness catalyst. This is open world catalyst, and it is more to the point an open world playing with other people catalyst. And our goal here is to leverage powerful aura. So what we are doing with this build is we are aura spamming, and we are aura spamming hard, as well as permitting quickness and doing what I feel is an acceptable level of DPS. So really what it's doing is boon spamming people really, really hard. So you'll know I'm running obviously water here, and I'm running water. New issues for that build. DPS is a bit lower, but you kind of bring, and actually, this actually makes it a lot easier, to be honest with you, because part of the problem I was having with the build was, if I procced an aura by comboing the combo field, it wouldn't do all its pulses at points. The question coming back to me, I noticed you were one, and I'm fairly new to the game myself. I was just curious if it can still be a viable class in generally all modes as the recent nerfs to Catalyst. So do I still feel that Catalyst is viable? Yeah, I think Catalyst is pretty viable. I can't talk too much about PvP, but otherwise I like it a lot. The nerf it got today takes it from God tier to B tier. It's still great, though the verdict is out on Condi. Tempest. there we go. So that is where I will leave that. Caddy, you are on your mesmer right now. Come with me for a moment and let us take out another desert bounty and let us see how this rolls here. Then I will catch up on the chat here in a moment. Do apologize for not keeping up on the chat. Got a ton of balls in the air here at this point. What I am at this point is just making sure that my Condi Catalyst build here is still doing what it needs to. Oops. Sent that waypoint to the wrong person. Sorry. Okay. Let us go on here and let us see what we can do. Okay, thank you for the just ensure myself as it's learning. It couldn't quite comprehend it. Okay. All LE specs take longer to learn. It's worth it in my job. Okay, taking a look at the chat here for a moment. Don't see any issues for that build. DPS is lower. Smash the like, y'all. Oh, I appreciate it. Barrier Harbinger. Damn. Welcome to the stream. That is an interesting idea. I will put that on the list. Right now, we are just making sure that Catalyst is still a thing. Has anybody tested Chrono? I have not, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm the last person. Well, that's an interesting bug. Look at the size of those. I'm the last person who should be testing Chrono. I'm terrible at it. Absolutely terrible at Chrono. All right. Let's see how we do here. Wait for Caddy before I dump this down. What is going wrong? Oh, sorry, I've had my fingers on the wrong buttons here. I'll get my quickness up in a minute. Not playing very well here. Look at all these people. All these people. What are you people doing here? Alright. Yeah, no. I effed that up bad. Higher radius. Thank you, Caddy, for the hard carry as always. Okay. Let's wait for this. Do the right thing. Finally work the mechanic. Oh, that quickness is really nice, though. It's so much better this way. It's so much better this way. Let's go hit a different one. At the waypoint, but oh wow, that actually. Why am I in combat? A lot of bugs, rushed patch. I mean, I just wanted the flags. Let's try. All right, let's try Zeke. Let's try him. Sorry, catching back. Is it a rushed patch? I don't know. I don't think it's rushed, to be honest with you. I think it's unpopular. I mean, there's always a lot of bugs. I'm not sure if I've noticed a lot more bugs than usual. What happened there was absolutely my fault. That was just me being a doofus. Do you require the build for Barrier Harbinger. I will take a look. I'm not sure I'm going to get to Barrier Harbinger today, to be honest with you, Patrick. Dan. What I am planning to do after this is take a look at Spectre, to be honest with you. Where is... There he is. Okay. So where... let's get the quickness on Caddy. Let's get the heals down. Get that Frost Aura going. How come you didn't get Frost Aura? What is going on? There's something going on. Screw this guy. This guy's an asshole. Should have probably just tested on something that isn't objectively harder. But so be it. Yeah, I shouldn't be testing on this one, but... Well, yeah. Let's back out of here. This is not a good place for me to be testing 80 different buttons. This guy's a dick. Well, we got him down in his health a little bit anyway. I don't think I've ever been in this building. That's pretty crazy. 5 years later, I'd still never been in here. Okay. Let's try a different bounty. That one is objectively not good. I catch up with the chat here in a moment. Philosophical rambling. If we have quickness all the time, do we still have quickness? Is it still a boon, or should it be a feature across the board? I mean, really? Am I already drawing aggro? Are you kidding me? I don't think that the game needs the power creep of everybody having quickness all the time. The power creep is already super real in this game. But philosophically, is it still quickness? I don't know. I don't feel quicker because if I have it all the time. So then it isn't quickness if I have it all the time, only if I proc it occasionally. I'm not sure. All right. Oh, seriously. Kill it, Caddy. Kill it. Kill it. Thank you. God. All right. Back to the sand snare. And then I think I would take a 5-minute break. And I'd like to look at Spectre for a few minutes. But let's see how this goes. What is the benefit? Is Harbinger giving barrier? Is that what it is? Or no, you don't have anything if you play warrior. You have a sad face. Playing warrior feels like sad. Tastes like sad. Okay. There we go. I suppose really I need to kite that while we go into the outside circles so that Caddy can actually hit it. I'm having a real hard time building energy though. There we go. Just sat there and took it. He just sat there and took it. Not my greatest shining moment, but you know, so be it. That's fine. You take that, Caddy. I'm gonna heal myself. And then try and get some boons on you because of these stupid mechanics. Phase shifter is just the worst. It really is just objectively the worst. It just makes it impossible to do anything. Thank God we have Caddy here to carry our damage. Yeah, you know, this has not changed, so I'm alright with it. I wish Arc was working so I could tell how it's working, but I like this actually better. I like the functionality of it better. Obviously, I'm not a fan of a 10% DPS nerf. Oh. Here, Caddy, have some quickness. Don't dodge. There we go. Okay, dodge. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm prepared to say those catalyst changes I actually like, and that's surprising, though. I still think a flat damage reduction is weird design. I'm not going to call it bad design, but it's weird. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's in an alright spot. The Rune of Sanctuary with Parasitic Contagion and Blood Bank is a bit selfish. You don't say. Did they make some changes to core LE? No, they made some changes to both Tempest and Catalyst. Catalyst is now giving its boons off the Jade Sphere in a big chunk instead of pulsing them out, which is really nice. And then Tempest has got the Alacrity. The Alacrity is a little finicky, but not awful. It's not like the quickness on Herald. It's still, I'm going to have to play around with the Alacrity on Tempest a little more. But this quickness thing is still a thing. Hey, I'm going to take 5 minutes, guys. I will be right back.
Excuse me. Do you have a moment?
Lost, Outlander? I can help you get your bearings.
All right. Let's see if we can find a shady spot to ply our trade. That sound good, boy?
Excuse me. creatures driven insane by ley energy are coming from all over. Are you going to help?
Awakened force inbound, led by a Mordant Crescent.
Give us the sun spear you're harboring, and you may know King Joko's mercy.
Sorry. Which sunscreen are you looking for? There's so many around here.
You fools had your chance. Attack!
Defensive positions, close the gates.
Sharper still.
I actually did get some coffee. For those of you who might be interested, as a big coffee aficionado, I used to really give my mother a hard time because she has one of those Nescafe Nespresso machines. And I'm a big non-believer in things like that, but wow. The coffee that comes out of these things is absolutely fantastic. So won't complain too much about that. Catching up on the chat. Kind of sad for Herald. Where are we here? So Dan. So yeah, that actually does seem kind of interesting. All right, Dan. Let me check it out. I am willing to check this the hell out. So we are talking about Runes of Sanctuary, Blood 131, Curses 122, Harbinger. Okay. Yeah, Hugo. I'm prepared to call the quickness herald just not a thing here. Okay, Harbinger build. Blood. One, two, two. Huh. No, that's one. Oh, 131. I'm reading incorrectly. That's the problem, guys. I am not reading correctly. Curses 122. And Harbinger 333 or 322. Well, let's take a look at that. Harbinger 322. Okay. Let's take a look at what we are doing here. Vampiric Presence is nice. Blood Bank, we understand. Ritual of Life. Some, what are our options here? Dagger skills recharge faster. When you inflict bleeding on a foe. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Disabling a foe is Torment. Yep. Yep. Are we sure about the 2/2 on curses? I think on curses I'm actually going to go terror on this one. And really just because the boon play in open world is just so, you know. And parasitic contagion. Do we need parasitic contagion? We will try it. Okay, so there we have it. Catching up on chat, kind of sad for Herald. Yeah, it is weird. Using celestial. Okay, let's go with the sanctuary runes you were saying. Okay. So what is this? Boon duration, gain barrier with health equal to 10% of any healing you receive. Okay. Oh, I see what that's doing. Interesting. Okay. Correction gear. Yeah, for sure. Wonder why they didn't release the design notes this time. Robin, and you know, the reason that was given is one that I believe. And I'll get into this. The reason that they gave was about localization. The ArenaNet will have to pay companies to localize because I used to work for a company that did services like that for game development companies. We did QA testing and localization and a couple of other things. I was involved in testing for Xbox. And it's expensive. And they pay per word. So if they can cut a few hundred words out, and they have to localize, what is Guild Wars localized into 6 languages? And they could be saving tens of thousands of dollars by not putting those out right away. So, I mean, I know it's an expensive process, and I know that they were probably just trying to save money by not including them, to be honest with you. Design notes, I guess they were, why they were come to changes. That's exactly what the design notes are. Kind of glad I didn't roll my next tune yet. I wonder what the best staff build will be now. Best staff build, I'm still saying, is Daredevil or Mirage. Yeah, Mirage is ridiculous, actually. Staff Mirage is pretty ridiculous. They will usually give design notes so you can kind of see the direction they go. Boon Rip, good for EOD open world. Yeah, it is. It is not bad. You're right. Yeah. So we got runes, we got sigils, we got, what are we running? Pistol, running bursting and demons here. Let's go to a level 80 zone and see what our stats are like. And let's see how it rolls. So yeah, I mean those patch notes they said was about the localization issue, and if they're saying it's about localization, it's about money or the fact that their usual localization people are busy or something like that, and they would have to pay for it. Localization is absolutely one of the most expensive things. The people at my last job who used to work the localization were very, very well paid. Yes, the rest of my skills are empty for the moment. I'm going to use Well of Blood. I'm going to use the quickness. What others of these do we use? Resolution, resistance, might and fury. We will grab us some parasitic contagion, some epidemic, and yeah, all right. Okay, so here we have it. Let us do the occultist, and let's see how it rolls here, Dan. I'm curious. I'm quite curious. There he is. Oh, that's pretty cozy. Oh my. They'll never get these sanctuary runes right, will they? Oh shit. Look at that. That's pretty cozy. Not that far off what I was... Yeah, it's not that far off what I was telling people to run. I was running Nightmare Roots, but that is really cozy. Holy smokes. Okay, we'll take a look at the build here in a moment, but holy shit. That's fucking busted. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Now, is this putting enough quickness out on Caddy to be viable? And it's putting a lot... What? Whoa, wait a second. Why is this permaing quickness? Oh, wow. Holy shit. Okay, well... That's pretty redonkulous, guys. I don't know what you could think, but, yeah. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill that healing thing there. These things gotta die. There we go. All right. Interesting. Only core builds. Where are we going here? So idea for new series. Challenging. Free-to-play builds. Only core builds. Got a lack. Got DPS. Got support. Here, I'll put this up on the screen. You know, I did 3 boost builds, which are core builds. And I'm going to be honest with you about that stuff, Alexander. As much as I enjoy making that kind of content, it's not super popular. And I love kind of those challenge ideas, and I get a lot of joy from that. I liked doing, like, I put up a core Revenant and a core Engineer build and one other core build. That's core Guardian, I believe, build. And I did that because they were all in Celestial gear, and you could run them right out the box. And it was like, okay, you just boosted. Now, what do you play while you're going to get your hero points? And it turned out that the core Rev build and the core Engineer build could, like, solo desert bounties. Like, they were absolutely fantastic builds for open world. Anyways, I do want to set that expectation. You weren't going to run these things in strikes or anything like that, but they were really good, and I really enjoyed doing them. It was some of the cooler content I've done. It's the same idea with the but cheaper builds. While I enjoy making those more than I would enjoy maybe making other stuff, it's also not what a lot of people want. A lot of people are more geared towards, give me the best. I will go out and I will make the best and everything like that. So I kind of got to, without getting too shop talky, I kind of have to balance that stuff when I'm making content. Celestial Gears, Sanctuary Runes, absolutely. Celestial Gears, Sanctuary Runes. I'm using Pistol Warhorn. Probably get better results with something other than the Warhorn, to be honest with you. Going through 22 people watching, 19 people are looking at the Harbingers right now to create this build. Hit your Warhorn skill. I want to see what kind of healing it does now. I don't think you'll see the healing if I'm not taking any damage, but the healing is real. Where I'm actually going to use the healing is on my heal Scourge. That there was those changes today actually made heal Scourge a little bit better, like in terms of its healing, which is good because I'm running a Plague Doctor's kind of build on that. Demon on Pistol and Scepter and Demon on Warhorn. What am I running here? Pistol Demons bursting on the Warhorn. Scepter bursting, and I don't have anything in my focus right now, to be honest. I was just memeing around on this. So I haven't really optimized this. This is pretty good. Now, I had Parasitic Contagion on. I would like to try this without Parasitic Contagion, because I think that we may be talking about a little overkill on the sustain. So let's try and hit this with some real damage and see what happens. This is going to be the new class for me to solo content, I guess. This is a really cozy solo build in terms, yeah, this is super cozy. What do we got here? Grin Teeth. Seize Claws really hard. Let's go back to Amnoon and grab one of the usual suspects, because I don't want to test new stuff on stuff I'm not used to yet. Hugo, yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at like the top, oh, well, that's just great. Not available. Let's go to well, guess we go back here. When it comes to the best kind of, cozy solo builds, this feels pretty close. I mean, I still think that Condi Renegade is if I'm gonna solo, I'm gonna do it on Condi Renegade. I'm gonna do it on Condi or on a Celestial Mechanist. Celestial Mechanist is ridiculously cozy. It really is. Probably more cozy than this. If I had to choose only one thing to solo on right now, probably be Mechanist. And the reason why I say that is that Mechanist is just brings that alacrity as well. That said, the quickness on this was pretty real to my team. So there we go. Yeah, I actually don't have Sandswept open on this tune, to be honest with you. I have it open on a lot of other tunes. So this is without Parasitic Contagion, and fucking look at that. That is pretty nice. Wow. No. All right, let's kill this thing. Need some life force. Well, you sure feel the sustain difference, though. You sure feel the sustain when you take this off. Caddy, let me heal you. All right. Okay. Sniper wrecks those glass cannon builds. He's running sniper, isn't he? Yeah. I'm not surprised. Sniper just wrecks the glass cannon builds. It's crazy. Give me a second, folks, and I will go back into the chat. We just phase shifter is just such cancer. Oh my god. Gotta burn.
Hurts, doesn't it? Sharper still.
All right. You know where this starts to hurt is when you start wheezing for life force on this. You know what you want to do? You want to put the signet on this, because when this thing runs out of life force, it hurts. And when I say it hurts, I mean feels bad, man. Really feels bad, man. Because when you can't pop into Shroud on this because you have to do a bunch of other things, yeah, it's a big feels bad, man. Okay. Got you. Don't. All right, let's kill this thing. Oh, gotta burn it. X2 instead of focus. You know what? I'm actually going to after this is over, my solution would be the signet. Signet of Undeath, I think it is. Because then you get the res off that as well.
Still standing. Barely.
Yeah, this is a pretty good solo build. Okay, so where I would run on this is I would probably take the elixir of risk off, and I would probably trade this out for signet of Undeath. So Signet of Undeath just generates life force while in combat. I always just default to this one if I'm hurting, but you know, that's just me. You know, there's a lot of other ways you could get past this, and yeah, I mean, as Alexander's saying, you could probably use the Axe 2 and Focus 4 for sure. I think what do we got? Oh, wait a second. Does Focus 4? Yeah, no, there it is. 11% life force. Yeah. Life force on Dagger. Probably do that. And in fact, Dagger is probably a really good choice here too. Yeah. Thanks for testing the build, Dan. It's fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. You should start a YouTube channel. Put some stuff up. We'll go with one of the spectrals. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options for generating life force. Reason I will go with signets, and I'm just is just for the keyboard hand thing more than anything else. You know, just one of those set it and forget it kind of things. All right. With all that said, let's take a look at Spectre, my friends. Let us take a look at Spectre. What The heck? Why are all you people here watching this? All right. Let's go and take a look at Spectre. So, let's get these patch notes back up on screen. And we had a bunch of changes to Thief. Still looking. Thief. Utility. Oh, no. Shadow Arts. Concealing Restoration. This trait has been removed and replaced by Merciful Ambush. Merciful Ambush. This trait has been moved. Oh, my. Really? This has been moved. This has been replaced. Well, tell me what things are doing. And now heals when entering or exiting stealth instead of applying a pulse heal upon entering stealth. Now, is that a heal to other people or not? We're watching because A, we're nerds, and B, it's hot outside. It is hot outside. It is hot outside here. I don't know where my cat is hiding, but he's not happy about things. Let us pull this up here. So, Shadow Arts, huh? Shielding Restoration. This trait fills the slot held by Merciful Ambush. It grants barrier to nearby allies after using a healing skill. Okay. This trait now removes a damaging condition when entering. Okay. This effect also applies stealth grant. This effect also applies to stealth granted to allies. Okay, so this is good for world versus world. That's interesting. Hidden Thief. This has been reworked. Stealing now inflicts blindness, and stealth attacks now inflict weakness. Okay, whatever. This trait has been reworked. Players now gain super speed. Am I giving that super speed or just... No way I'm giving that. No. This trait now grants stacks of spider venom when entering or exiting stealth instead of every interval. Flickering shadows. This trait has been removed. Good lord. Cover of shadows. This trait now fills the previously held. Okay. So, do we keep... What do we keep here? I guess if we are support, we're keeping... No, we're probably keeping this, aren't we? For the torment and the bleeding and lesser haste. Thrill the crime. There we go. So then we replace Deadly Arts up here with Shadow Arts. Weird. Steal boons from enemies. No. Gain protection. No. Gain initiative when you enter and exit stealth. Leeching venoms. I don't even know about any of this. This, I'm not sure, makes a whole lot of sense. After completing a shadow step, you are healed. Nearby allies are also healed for a larger amount. Are these shadow steps? So this technically is going to heal around every shadow step then, right? And then Connie removal is... Okay. Okay. All right. We are in what? Celestial gear here? With nightmare runes and no other accessories. The hell, dude. I don't know. plus 10 victory was just playing rifle mech with the new aim assisted rocket changes. It felt crazy powerful. The ordnance blast goes off all the time since both you and the mech are activating the rockets. I gotta think power mech is super viable with the rifle plus 10 victory. Absolutely. We were playing around a little bit with the mechanist and specifically the scrapper changes a little while ago. Everyone is getting on back. I need what do I need here? Okay, so there's power gear for my Deadeye. I guess what I need is something with some heal in here. I'm not sure I have anything in my inventory. Let's see what I got. Well, the good news is I have lots of rings. It's almost like I was ready for this. What do I have for accessories, though, becomes a real question. Condition damage. Yay. I am not sure. I think I'll just grab one of these and one of these. Yeah, we'll just grab Vipers for the moment. Oh, I can't use two of these, can I? Do I have another Vipers? Oh, there's some healing power and some concentration, toughness, and vitality. Let's grab this Minstrel's piece here. Okay, so let's equip it. Set stats on this to Selly. Set stats on this to, whoops. Let's go in here. I gotta think this would probably be really nice in Plague Doctors. Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. For the time being, though, let's take a look. Catching up on chat here. Oh, yeah, just remembered about the net experienced. What? New LFG options. Experienced in training. Really? Say it isn't so. What kind of madness is this? Raids. Holy shit. Look at that. The same as strikes? Wow. So where do my all welcome groups go then, though? Because I usually run all when I tag up for strikes, I say all welcome. Do I put them in experienced or do I put them in training here? And experienced mentors. Huh. Well, that sucks. Interesting. The rifle mech auto attack is off the chain. Oh, cool. Maybe you just want to carry a staff on a mech even though you can't use it. Whoa, MC, now that is a bank. My bank is my bank. We'll go over it really quickly. If you want a really good look at it, I have an account tour video up that I put up a couple months ago, but really I keep ascended trinkets in here more than anything else these days, and then I don't need to keep the runes anymore because I made the legendary runes and I'm currently working on the legendary sigils, and then there's a whole tab of ascended weapons down there. But when you're juggling a lot of tunes and a lot of builds and stuff like that, this is what happens to your life. Caddy, have I lost you? Are you still here? I wish to support you. Cool. Let's see. Let's go do a couple of hero points and see how this rolls, because this is hopefully you'll have the. You do have the waypoint. So we'll go take a look at a couple of hero points and see how this rolls here. Third option needed experience. Yeah, you know, Gail, I mean, oops, let me take this off the screen. You know, I really do run most of my strikes as like all welcome groups, and I just find that they fill quicker. You know, it's not out of some desire to do community justice or anything. It's just that you put out all welcome up and these things actually fill a lot quicker. Oh, you know something? Those heals are real. So is the alacrity. See, here's my problem with the spec. I mean, this is really good. I'm not going to complain too much. I mean, the alacrity is there. It's just that these are shadow steps, and in order to maintain this on my group, I'm just kind of standing here, right? Wow. Well, the boons are real. And it didn't take much to keep them up. You like that, right? You like the alac? You like the alac. The alac is nice. The heals are pretty strong, too. Patch notes. What are you talking about, the patch notes? Do I still have them up? Oh, welcome is weird, honestly. I just like trainer experience better, to be honest. Hey, Alexander, to each their own. I think it's a little... I mean... little strange to say that there's only two kinds of players, but like I say, to each their own. Let's go do the mushroom, see what happens here when we have to jump around a bit. Guild runs raids pretty much as all welcome because it's just no matter how bad it goes, we should keep laughing. And I think that that's the way to handle any of it. What's going on, Caddy? Oh, you don't have the waypoint? Just fly over to it. It's not far. Just fly. Just fly. Be free like a bird. You can get here. It's close. You can do it. I'll put a thing on the map for you and everything. There you go. All right. I think that's really the thing to keep in mind about all the content, really, is just... it's just to keep laughing about it, you know. It's just not to get sweaty and just to realize that wipes and deaths happen. Really, I got no time for getting sweatier than that. It's why I don't pug T4 fractals. It's why my pugging fractals ends at tier 3. People get a little too aggro about that stuff. I mean, I'll do T4s with anybody, but I won't pug them. Because I like to play my healing Tempest. My healing Tempest brings all the boys to the yard. Alright. So, oh, here we go. Somebody triggered this without... You know what would make this feel better is... if they could reduce that cast time, but I guess quickness would really make a difference on this, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is fun. This is okay when it's support. Wow, look at all these people who just show up. The moment you start doing this one, people like hide up in the trees, I've noticed. That's why when I do my footage on my videos, you don't see this one a lot, because this one is really hard to solo. The moment you start, the moment you trigger this hero point, like, people will jump down out of the trees because they really struggle with it. I think there was some noise. Just give me a moment. All right. That was just my dart. No big deal. No big deal. Okay. So, yeah, this one's like one of the hardest hero points to solo in the game. And it's not because it's a super tough hero point or anything. It's just that people like to jump out here and camp this one because they find it a little harder. Let's take a look at let's go over to this one. And let's see if we can handle the birds. Go do the birds. Because bird is the word. You know, we are making huge, awesome changes to the class. Player, these are awful. My life is ruined. You know what, George? They aren't that bad. They aren't great, but they aren't awful. You know, I'm just gonna put it that way. The changes to Ranger were pretty nice. Okay. Well, nice alacrity. Can you bring a character that doesn't do alacrity? Because I'm trying to see if I can bring you alacrity. No big deal. No, I'm just giving you a hard time, but yeah. All right. If quick and alacrity are abundant now, and you can always expect them in a group, does that mean they're just background noise? And net result is just GW2 group content is getting a speed creep with the faster cooldowns. I disagree. And here's the thing. Those of us who are engaged in this game to the point where we will go to a YouTube or a Twitch stream, etc., we are going to live in this world where this becomes a little more ubiquitous, but does that change everything in open world? I'm not sure. Does it change everything in pugs? Like, I'm already, even before this, I was seeing a difference in pug strikes, like a real uptick in pug strikes. But a lot of that was DPS, right? Oh, let's kill this dude before we trigger this. Is this even working? There we go. So, it's one thing for us to view all these changes through our lens. It's not necessarily the lens that I think that everybody sees this game through. And I think if running this channel has taught me anything, it is exactly that. Is that this lens that we see it through as people who engage with the game, etc., is not necessarily the same as the usual player. And I'm not sure who the usual player is, to be honest with you. I'm not saying that it is or it isn't a certain way. What I am saying is that, while we might expect to see these boons everywhere, I would have expected to see them earlier, right? Like, I mean, realistically speaking, I would have expected to see quickness and alacrity a lot more. Alacrity can come off Condi Rev and at a minimal cost, and yet people still weren't giving it. And alacrity can come off Mechanist, but I see a lot of people that aren't actually, providing alacrity on Mechanist. Now, the people that watch my channel and the people that are going to hang out in the stream chat and etc. are going to be providing alacrity, right? And they're going to make their mech provide that alacrity. But just because it can doesn't mean it necessarily will. I mean, you hope that it will, and you hope that it increases the win rate, but I'm not sure that that's the reality. That was pretty easy, that was pretty easy. Let's go hit this dude down here. So is there a speed creep going on? I mean, we've been dealing with power creep since Path of Fire, right? I mean, Path of Fire was massive power creep to this game. I mean, before that, your only real overpowered specs were, the pre-nerf Chronomancer. Dragon Hunter used to be good. but I wouldn't call them overpowered on the level of a Firebrand Scourge. I guess this is the wrong entrance, isn't it? Look at me forgetting where this is. Wow, it's been so long since I ran hero points. So, I mean, we got a lot of power creep going on. Is making these two boons ubiquitous power creep? Absolutely it is. But does it change the fundamental game? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure how much it changes things. All right, let's kill this thing. I'm not getting any sound. Weird. Okay, I'm hoping people can hear me. It says the mic is on. Okay, won't worry about it too much. Okay, yeah, I can't tank, but I can heal. And the barrier is real. I quite like this, actually. These changes may be the missing link for Spectre for me. I'll know better in a couple of days when we get Arc back, but this is better. Like, I love what it's doing for the group. The Alack is still there. Yeah. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. This is going to take some tweaking, but this is still very much a group thing, right? You don't solo on this. So there is the question of what boon effects are needed in what combat mode. Do we need a lack in PvE? Do we view toughness differently to be two different problems between PvE and raiding? I don't know. Gail, I think the answer to the second part of your question comes with the changes to Guardian today. In that what is it? Let me just pull this up really quickly here. We saw the one change to Guardian, which is about, let me just Control F, guard. And it is strength in numbers. This trait has been reworked. It now grants protection to allies while in combat, applying protection with a 3-second duration on a 10-second interval, where what it used to do was give everybody in your group 100 toughness. So what that tells me is that ArenaNet is very focused on making the traits that we are providing toughness free. And that gets back to the raiding issue. So is this a change to accommodate raid aggro mechanics? It absolutely is. Do we have a lot of traits like this left in the game? No. So then the question is just about what the player brings, I think, anyways. The first part is, is alacrity needed in PvE? No. I mean, all of my raid kills, all 12 of them, I don't raid much, have come without alacrity. They have come with zero alacrity. But I do see it more on strikes now, and I think that that's good. But I haven't played the strike CMs. I'll be clear about that. So I don't want to come off like I know what I'm talking about here, because I don't. Allowing other classes to be able to do the roles of others, I think, makes the game better in the end, because some people do not like to play some classes. I think there's a lot of truth in what you're saying there, Dan. And I think that really this is kind of the focus of this patch. Now, I get that a lot of people don't like this patch. I'm not ready to shit on it yet. I'm certainly obviously not happy about the Herald stuff. And I think that the Tempest stuff is a little clunky. But then I look at things like this that are really nice, and the Ranger changes, which are really nice, and everything. And I think to myself, well, this is good. But I think overall, yeah, this is about proliferating a couple of very important boons, and making people feel like they don't have to switch to another class just to be accepted in open world. And I think that that's important. I think that that is not just open world, sorry, but also in instanced play. And that's more what I'm actually getting at. So let's see. See how this looks, shall we? See how much of the damage Caddy was actually carrying while I try to do this myself. The boons are nice. The alacrity is easy to keep up. If you're not going into things like a doofus. Damage is not great in Celestial. Probably have to try Ritualists on this or something. Or something. Plague Doctors. But it's alright. This is cool. Certainly better than it was before. I'll catch up with chat after this thing is dead. Yeah, no, this damage, though, is not great. Even without Arc, I can feel that it is not what it should be, and I'm probably not playing it right, to be honest with you guys. If I'm not mistaken, most of the big damage comes off the 3 anyway, but... that's not bad. There we go. Why you don't have sound? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Okay. Game, why are you like this? Catching up. Thanks for your thoughts. I like the wider boon access, but I see speed creep is different from power creep because it affects the players, requiring more actions per minute for optimal performance. I mean, you say that, right? And I'm not sure you're 100% wrong, but then how much, this gets back to the leaks, okay? And I'll talk about the leaks for a little bit, because one of the leaks that, there's people getting butthurt about a bunch of the leaks. And then there's one of the other leaks that actually speaks to the direction that they want to go in to provide an easy, high damage rotation, very much like these, low intensity builds. And if you are playing a low intensity build, then something like quickness and alacrity is nothing but a good thing for you. And if you're playing something who doesn't have a crazy hard rotation, and we can look at Mechanist and stuff like that, then I think that these actually become really cool and fun boons. And the more that these things get proliferated, the more classes get these kind of low intensity play styles. I think then that the speed creep becomes less damaging than what you are concerned about. I'm not sure. Sorry, I had to run as soon as I commented, so I missed everything in response. I'll go back on that in a second. Gal. 2 seconds. I do have to cough though. So I think if players are worried about the speed creep and having to do a higher APM rotation, then I think that as the goal, if I'm not misunderstanding part of those leaks that came out, was making sure that every class, profession, build has some kind of variant of a low intensity kind of build or rotation kind of thing, that there's a core to every class that does an acceptable amount of damage to help bridge that damage gap between the low end and the high end players. Hey, the problem though gets, I won't go down that rabbit hole actually. So I mean, if we've got these low intensity play styles, then the quickness becomes a really good thing. The game, as it came out of the gate on day one, was aimed at everybody can do everything. Maybe we're heading back there. I'm not sure that we're heading back to everybody can do everything, because I'm not sure that was super healthy either. I think that the everybody can do everything was part of why the game faded into obscurity so quickly. And I realize being the number 5 MMO is not quite obscurity, but this game when it launched was a much more popular thing, right? I'm not sure everybody doing everything is it, but making sure that everybody can do what are widely considered to be the important things, I think is important. And I think that that's a healthy thing. I think that every class having access to both quickness and alacrity, or every class having access to both a damage or a support build, is super important. And what's the biggest problem with Warrior in my world is there's no useful, support build for it. So I think it's really important. I think it's really important that everybody be able to do the useful things. And currently that's might, quickness, alacrity, fury. Those are the big 4, right? Those are the big 4 boons. Everything else on top of that is kind of gravy and situational and stuff like that. But they really want to impress. They really want to take this down another level. Let's make sure that more classes get access to stability in World versus World. Catching up here, Gail, what I mentioned earlier about the changes was the change to Guardian, which really said that that toughness, the devs realize that toughness is kind of a problem, right? That toughness is an issue in raid play. So if we pull this back up, I was kind of pointing out the changes to Guardian today, which take the toughness out of strength in numbers, which I put up on the screen right now, and turn it into prot. So I think that where we're going is bring your own toughness, but we're not going to see a lot of it traded into in order to kind of cut down those issues. Yep, I agree with that position. If all classes have at least one official low-intensity playstyle that performs well, then the speed creep becomes a good thing. Agreed. And I think that that's the case, though. I'm not sure if Elementalist really has a low-intensity option that's available right now. I think what's more important right now is that we get Mechanist and Firebrand back down on the level of everybody else. Good observation. You could be right. Yeah. We have Lost Class Trinity, and we are looking at Boon Trinity. We never had Class Trinity in this game, though, right? Tanking doesn't exist in this game the way it does in other games. A good example would be World of Warcraft, City of Heroes, that kind of classic one character goes in, sops up all the aggro for the rest of them to kind of do their thing. And I don't think Guild Wars ever really had that outside of, that one chrono build in raids. And there's obviously some raid tanking involved, but I don't think that we'll ever see, that kind of classic aggro management that exists in just about every other MMO in this one, particularly for five man content. I just don't think that it really works in this game. I'm not sure. Yeah, we are swapping one for the other. Absolutely. So, yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. Well, Caddy, what have we learned today? Crisscross will make you jump, jump. Is that what we've learned? Herald stinks. Oh, wow. It's a sad day. You know what else I've learned? Maybe I could make a Spectre video at some point. You know what I have not learned today, and I should actually go and check out? I'm going to head back to home here at Hawksgate. And I actually haven't looked at the Black Lion statuette vendor today, which on any big patch is one of the first things I do. So you guys are going to have to kind of hang with me. Oh, hey, Guy, thanks for dropping by. I'm just glad to have people kind of hanging out here. You know, these YouTube streams have been a bit of an eye opener and a pleasant surprise for me. So I'm always glad to kind of do it. All right, let's take a look. Same garbage, same garbage, same garbage. The blood flames. What the heck is a blood flame sword? Oh, that's objectively awful. Oh, the smoking pipe. Too funny. Candelabra. All right. This game likes its jumping puzzles. Profession updates are just class jumping puzzles. Emmanuel, thank you for joining. Absolutely agree. Oh my. Dan, I'm just thinking about that build that you kind of hipped us up to and running that in World versus World. That's going to be such cancer in World versus World. Holy smokes. I gotta go try that later. Let's see. Nodes. Spectre finishers. No. Mini mounts. Who cares? Mail carriers. Mail carriers. Really, guys? This is what's in here. Gathering tools. Oh, if any of you guys are looking for a good gathering tool, the lucky dog is not bad. The lucky dog is not bad. All right, well, nothing to spend these on for another update cycle. I disagree, Elseworlds. I disagree. Okay. Let me go and take a look at my roster of tunes, make sure there's nothing else I'd like to look at here at this point. Okay, here, this is what we want to look at, isn't it? We really do want to look at the rifle mechanist. Let me put my ascended rifle in my bank. And the koi backpack is in the Black Lion chests. Well, I will not be buying Black Lion chests just to get those things. Really, the way I go on that is I'll make sure I key farm and hopefully get it. But I absolutely have seen far too many people get completely jebaited by opening chests to get those exclusives. All right, there is my rifle. And now we will go to the character select and we will grab a mechanist. And we will get our rifle. And what do we have in our rifle? Do we have what, like force and something? Where did I put it? This bank. Woe is me, I cannot find anything in this bank. What am I doing? Where did I just put it? Rifle? Oh, there it was. There it is. Okay. So, we have a rifle. We have... What do you guys want to do here? Equip. What do you think? We go diviners on this? And a rifle. And... I don't know. Yeah. It's a patch shop. Keys will drop more frequently for the next few days. No kidding, right? Okay. Let's get a rune in here. What kind of rune we going to use? We're just going to go with diviners and pack for the moment. Oops. Okay, pack runes. Didn't we realize though when we were playing with that power mechanist a few weeks back on that Saturday morning that we were totally overkill on the boon duration with the pack runes and the diviner's armor? Thank you. So let's run scholar runes just for memes. Okay. And customize to diviner. There we go. So we in full diviners with this rifle. I would like to... Rifle, by the way, one of the few weapons I actually don't have a legendary of, so that's why this will take a moment here. Do, however, have the ability to rip those out, so we'll take that out. And let us go with... Don't need that. What do you guys think? So we're already generating the extra... might, so we don't need a strength sigil in theory. So what we'll do is we'll run force and impact. Impact and force. All right, let's get some trinkets in here. Diviners. And let us hope I have enough spare diviners trinkets sitting around in the bank, which I probably do. There's one. And there's another. And then we need a couple of rings. Do I already have a couple diviners rings? Probably not. But the good news is I have many, many rings. So we have diviners. Help if I understood my alphabet better, wouldn't it, guys? Alright, customize, diviners. Okay, so theoretically we have gear. Is that right? Do we actually have gear? Have we achieved gearness? I thought I put these in. I just didn't actually equip them. That's right. Okay, the next thing I'll do is take off Warbringer because that's ridiculous. Let's throw on a outfit just for the sake of memes. There we go. And back into our equipment. Rifle. All right, we are ready for rifle scrapper or rifle hollow. Rifle scrapper or rifle hollow. Probably rifle hollow, right? But I like scrapper better. I'm going to do scrapper because I'm going to get the quickness. Right? Super speed to allies. Grant super speed on their final pulse. Yeah, what are we looking at here? I run a half and half scholar, half solar. Okay, yeah, you know, I can see that. I can see that. That would work too, but I'm gonna run it like this and see what happens. Applied force. Okay, grants when you. Okay, gain stability when you gain might at or above the the threshold. Okay, see now I already like this. And then we deal increased strike damage while you have stability. Yep. So then we come in here with high caliber. I got to get to somewhere where we're level 80. Yeah, mech is probably what we're really talking about though. See, but I like that synergy with the might coming off there. This, and this is mech grants. Yeah, that's going to be way higher glass damage though, but I'm not going to give up the alacrity. And J drive for the sake of argument. So what do you got? No scope, high caliber, juggernaut. Nope. What we want is aim assisted rocket, which is under whatchamacallit, explosives. Aim assisted rocket, big boomer. Yeah. Big boomer is where we're going with that. We'll probably get enough heal off that there. Strike damage increases when above the health threshold. Now, what do we do with us? We'll probably actually go back to firearms on this for the Fury. This and this. All right. Let's put down some signets. Let's put down the power signet. Obviously, we want the one, yeah. And let's... We need the one that copies the boons. Which I believe is the elite, is it not? Nope. I swear one of these copies the X. Oh, like right here. Okay, I only went over that 3 times. My bad, guys. All right. And let us... What do we got here? Take that. Okay. So... This all looks legit. Anybody else? Rifle mech is what folks are saying is OP. It's time to find out. Activate Good Boy 9000. And let us take a look here. All right. Where do we go with this? What is a good place to hit some things? What is a good place to hit some stuff? It's got to be like big stuff. And most importantly, the green outfit goes with the green mech. Yeah, that's why I did it. For realsies. That is why I picked it. Let us go to... Wow, I'm running out of... Hey, let's go see if we can cache a couple of events over in Verdant Brink. And if we catch a couple of events over in Verdant Brink here, what we will be looking at is some shovels. Crowbars. I am out of crowbars. What can I tell you guys? So, let us get some. The Pale Reavers are planning their next strike. Yes, but what part of the chain are they on? Oh, Heart of Maguma. You're just so great. Veteran Cave Splitter. All right, let's see how it looks. A little quickness. Ooh. Yeah. Oh. That is a much faster auto attack than I thought it had. I thought that... Why do I remember that NG rifle auto attack as being objectively awful, and now it most certainly is not. Veteran Jungle Spider. Oops, I gotta back off or Caddy won't be able to tag it. Hit the thing. I almost killed it. Wow. Hey, how come I'm not getting any crowbars, you jerks? Well, this seems pretty strong. I'm not sure what else to tell ya. I'm also not finding events that are going to give me whatchamacallits, crowbars. Because all of this is already done. That is why. Okay, so did I actually turn the volume on this off, or... No, weird. Okay. Whoop, was there something over here? Veteran Mushroom King. We are not going to hit that in time. Let us find something over here. Overall outpost process. Wow. The one time I come to Verdant Brink in like 5 years. 5 years. I mean like a year. It's been a year since I've been to Verdant Brink. There's no events. Imagine a game without content. All right. Well, everything's done here. Let's hit an expansion map because this is objective. Oh, I know. Let's go and kill these dudes over here. These dudes can die. Those of you guys just joining us here, and I just saw we did see a bit of an uptick in people. Hey, thanks for joining. We are just honestly derping around, taking a look at some of the new changes here in the balance patch today. That really is all we've done. The plan was to either come here and do this and enjoy the patch, or it was to rage quit and go and play some Vampire Survivors, really. So I'm pretty happy with it. I don't want to say I'm thrilled, but it's not awful. It really just isn't. It just seems strange to me that you already had a really good working... Holy shit, this is good. You had a really good 2 or 3 working builds on this, particularly for open world, and yet you don't have a good Spellbreaker build anymore, and you don't have a good... And you got a few specs that just are lagging behind, and one of them is absolutely Spellbreaker. And I think Warrior in general has a problem. And when I look at where Thief is, it's just nowhere close to this. But this is actually a lot of fun. Huh. See, I'm be getting a rifle on my Mac. I recommend it. I recommend it. It's pretty simple, no-brainer stuff. The real problem is just finding the stuff to kill. Aren't there those hard zombies out here? I don't know. Let's take a look. Oh, here we go. Event. This'll do. Are you using power or Condi? Right now we're trying. I usually use a Condi setup, but we are effing around with power right now, and it's pretty cool. Really, what we're doing is testing the changes to rifle today, which were many and copious and actually pretty good. I'm not sure about the might generation, to be honest with you. I'm not sure that is really... Like, I'm looking at my might right now. Okay, so I'm almost capped in Diviner's gear. See, that's... Okay, yeah, I'm not willing to say that's awful, obviously. Actually, I kind of like this. Why am I taking all these hits? We're in pretty glassy gear. We're in Diviner's gear right now, just for the boons, because obviously I wanted to. I haven't been, but I do want to, obviously, promote alacrity. So that is where I'm at. So we're just testing all this stuff here right now. I'll catch up. Yeah. Usually, and honestly, I mean, without ARC, and we won't have ARC for another day or two, it's kind of impossible to get a real world kind of explanation of this, and where it sits compared to the Condi. But this is viable. This is absolutely viable. The only real problem with this is, you can run the Condi in Celestial gear and get really nice kind of quality of life that you don't get off the Diviner's gear. And that is kind of the problem right now when it comes to power. Power is lagging behind Condi. There's no question about it. And if all you like is power, then you're lagging behind at this point. I like both. I'll play whatever. But I know that there's people out there that just don't want to play Condi builds. And, I get it. But this is, a bad meta for that, I guess is the best way to put it, right? I mean, between things like this and the changes to the fractal potions and stuff like that, I got to think it's not a great time to be a power enthusiast. Wow, I really like this. I really like this. Yeah, if you are running Mechanist and you just want to run around pressing 1, I'd be hard-pressed to think about a better way to do it than this is. This is really cozy. Probably run this in Selly as well, but you'd nerf your damage pretty hard. Where I would run this if I wanted to be extra cozy is I'd probably just run pack runes and run whatchamacallit? Marauders. I'd probably run Marauders or Dragons or something like that. Yeah, hopefully by the end of the week we'll see some numbers. I will see numbers tomorrow, right? I mean, we'll see actual numbers tomorrow because at some point soon we'll get ARC updated and we'll be okay. But I mean, I can still tell these are viable numbers. You can feel it. It's just you can't objectively say, well, this is X percentage off of what a Condi build is, because the Condi build is busted, right? And honestly, the Condi build is just redonkulous. Can you remind us of the traits you pick? Yeah, let's just pull it up real quick here. So the only sustain that I'm getting is in Big Boomer. I could nerf my damage a little bit. I should probably go with Explosive Temper, actually. Oh, see, I see what people are talking about with the aim-assisted rocket. I'm going to try Explosive Temper and see how it is. I actually think Explosive Temper is better, but again, we can't. Oh, no, it isn't. Huh. That's hard to tell. Might's there. How much alacrity am I getting? Not much. A lot of stab, though. A lot of stab. Pull it back up here in a second. There it is. Okay. I'm going to put aim assisted rocket back on. Aim assisted, I mean, without arc to really tell us the difference, I think we're probably better off with aim assisted, but I'll take another look here in a moment. I mean, those numbers are really nice. Pull out of combat here and check it in a moment. But you know, you're getting Big Boomer. Yeah, you know what? Aim assisted rocket's going to be better. Okay, so let's try this now. Yeah. Aim assisted rocket's better for a couple of reasons, actually. Yeah. That's fun. See, that's fun. Simple fun. You know, I would play this like I would play Reaper. I would play this like I would play, you know, that thing you just want to throw it down while you're out, like, gathering crap. This is kind of what I would play. Yeah. I like that a lot. It's not something I try hard with, but CJJE, welcome. Welcome. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Oh, wow. Tell you what, though. No tool built skills on Mechanist. Feels bad, man. Feels super bad. Yeah. Aim assisted rocket. Big Boomer. I'm not thinking about anything that could be better. You might, yeah, not there. You might still. What would be funny would be, oh no, that would actually wouldn't work. So you can Mechanist and chill would be great for Halloween festival. You know, Halloween, dude, there's nothing better than flamethrower engineer at Halloween. There just isn't. Oh my. Except maybe short bow thief. Okay, I think we can. I don't think this meta is going anywhere. I think we're just kind of. Wow. Pretty dope, guys. Pretty dope. All right. Well, my friends, at this point in my streaming career, I believe 4 hours to be my absolute maximum. So at 3 minutes and 55 seconds, or 3 hours and 55 minutes, I'm going to call her at this point. And as usual, I'm going to thank those of you guys who showed up for just hanging out, shooting the shit with me, and just generally making this like the highlight of my day. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Alexander, thank you very much. You were super helpful earlier. Got a couple of ideas for videos out of this, so hopefully we'll get back to the open world builds pretty soon. Gail, Karn, Robin, Dan, thank you very much. Just gonna scroll back here. Guy, Macnol, all of you, those of you who may be here and may not have spoken up, those of you who were here hard carrying the community aspect of this today. I really appreciate it. I will be back on Saturday morning with this. I will be back with a video over the next few days. And I really had a lot of fun with this. So I will do my usual thing here. I will remind you to... Oh, there's something else I do before I remind people. But I will remind you to have fun in game. And min-max your real life. Res Evil. Have a good one. I'm glad we took this moment. We'll see you on Saturday.